Hello, you guys, and welcome to this live stream. So, our topic today is fungal infections and how you can treat them naturally. It's really important because many people deal with things like Candida, or even if you have a fungal infection on your nails, or it can be anywhere in your body actually. And what you can do about it, this is what we are going to discuss today, because if you go to a doctor, obviously he will not help you, or she will not help you. The only thing they recommend is you take pills, you take, supplements, herbs. Sometimes if you go to natural paths, they recommend herbs, or in general, most of them recommend a high-fat diet, like keto style, and this is the last thing you want to do. And I will explain why. So let's dive straight into the topic. So we are going to discuss why a fruit-based diet can help with fungal infections, and the first thing is it removes triggers. If you stick to fruits, we're talking about a fruit-only diet here. It's not, I don't recommend you eat only fruit for the rest of your life. You should eat greens, leafy greens, vegetables if you like. But if you are really dealing with an infection, a fungal infection, I recommend you eat fruits for, 1 or 2 weeks at least. And then see how it goes. And if it's better, then you should continue. And if you see results, you can really stick to the fruit-based diet until it's gone. So, removing triggers is the first thing, because if you eat only fruit, and fruit only means nothing else, okay? Just to be clear. When you eat only fruit, many possible triggers disappear. So, for example, the sugar and fat combination, like raw cakes, chocolate, Even if you are already raw and you eat healthy, if you have a fungal infection, you must go deeper. Because it's not enough to eat raw and expect healthy results if you eat fat, sugar combinations like high fat, cakes and these things. Yeah, it's raw, but it will not help you heal. So you have to distinguish between a raw vegan diet, which is okay for healthy people, and a diet which really supports healing. So if you have to heal something, really something deeper is going on in your body and you need more support, you cannot stick to these things. You cannot eat raw cakes and chocolate and things, because this is encouraging fungal growth. So also all these pseudo grains and starches or processed foods, even within the raw vegan diet, like nutritional yeast, which is technically probably not even raw, but many raw vegans implement it because it's just like, they don't even take care. They don't think it's a big thing, but it is. Yeast doesn't belong in the human body, okay? So also things like coconut aminos, like with lots of salt and spices, mixes, all these things can really irritate your gut. And this is the last thing we want if we want to heal. Then also sauces, salty sauces, oils, the worst thing you can do. Any additives, all of this is gone if you eat fruits only. And just by removing these things, people often feel noticeable relief. So this is already the first step. Stick to fruit. Then, if you do so, if you eat fruit, then you have an easier digestion. That's obvious, but that's the same thing like with fasting. Fasting is probably the most powerful thing you can do if it comes to healing. And eating fruit only, is the second best thing you can do. In some cases, even the first best thing. Because fasting is not always possible. Like, we all have a life here, okay? If I imagine I had to do a water fast now, I need to lay in bed and I can do nothing. So this is not possible for me right now. So if I want to heal something, I would eat fruit. And fruit is light, easy on digestion. The gut has less stress, which is crucial, because then less food for bad bacteria. Because if you eat all these things like raw cakes, high fat, gourmet style raw things, or even worse, not even talking about raw food here. Some people are not raw, even if it's hard to imagine for me. But yeah, some people do eat cooked food. In fact, most people eat cooked food. So they feed the bad bacteria every time they eat something cooked or something highly processed, and then there is more fermentation going on. And if you have fermentation in your gut, this is not good, because then you will feel bloated. And if you are bloated, this means that there's something wrong, okay? Bloating is not normal. It's not normal, really not. People think it's normal because almost everyone deals with bloating nowadays, because they all eat the wrong thing, either the wrong thing or they combine it wrong, and then of course it will lead to issues. And if you make the good, correct combinations, and if you have food which feeds your good bacteria, then there's no fermentation in your gut going on, and fungi have less work to do. So normally fungi, the main task of them is to help break down rotting matter. So if something is, as soon as something starts rotting in your gut or anywhere in your body, then this is really the task of fungi. They are here to eliminate and remove these things we don't need, we cannot process in the body. So if you eat something which is not ideal for humans, then you cannot digest it, and then it sticks in your gut. It is just there, it ferments, and then of course fungi, they have good work to do. And this is the only thing why we need them. We really need them. But the problem is if they grow too much, and then we have an overgrowth of fungi, for example, Candida or whatever, and then it's a problem. But if they are just, they just exist with us together, and we need them for accidents like this, if there's something rotting or so. So I highly recommend you eat human food, so nothing is rotting and fermenting in your gut. And then fungi, they have no work to do basically. So they stay small, they don't grow, and this is just how it's supposed to be. Also, another really important thing is that you need a strong immune system in order to fight against the fungi or just to keep them small. And if you don't have vitamin C, your immune system will be really compromised. And vitamin C, guess what? Where can you find vitamin C? You know? Someone knows? Let me know if you know. Vitamin C is only found in fruits and vegetables. Oh yes. So if you really do these things that naturopaths or doctors recommend, and you do keto and you eat worst case animal products, meat, they call it meat, it's just dead animal body parts, and lots of animal products like milk, cheese, I don't know. People go crazy. If they do keto, they eat everything and everyone, and they have no vitamin C. And this is a huge problem because we need vitamin C, again, in order to have a strong immune system, and we also need all the micronutrients. Like fruit is so important. It's the number one thing we have to eat in order to be healthy. And if you avoid fruit, you basically avoid health. It's not going to work out, really, trust me. If you try to live on greens and vegetables, there is no chance you can be raw. Maybe you can be raw for 1, 2, 3. Some people with a really strong will can do it for 2 or 3 weeks or even for a month, but then they fall off. Like, it's not possible. Greens, no calories, basically. Vegetables, almost no calories. And then guess what? You need fat. You need a lot of fat in your diet in order to have calories. If you avoid fruit, there's no other way around it. You have to eat fats or you have to eat cooked food again. So anyone who's telling you they live on greens and vegetables, don't trust them. It's not working. It's not true. They lie. They lie because you cannot live on greens and vegetables. It's not possible. They eat either, like I said, they eat a high-fat diet or they eat cooked food. It's just how it is. And if you avoid fruits, you don't have vitamin C, you don't have enough polyphenols, you don't have enough vitamins in general, micronutrients, antioxidants, all these things so important for our immune system. And if your immune system is not strong, then of course fungi, they have a party and they feel great, they can grow, and your immune system is so weak that there's no chance to fight against the fungi. So really important to eat fruit. Fruit. If you have a fungal infection going on. Then we have to look at insulin as well and insulin sensitivity. So with a very low fat diet, insulin works best because then the sugar, if we eat fruit, the sugar can go straight to our bloodstream and then from the bloodstream straight to our cells where we actually need it for energy. And if you eat a high fat diet, like recommended by all these doctors and crazy people, it blocks the hormone insulin. So fat blocks insulin, and then insulin cannot work, and insulin is responsible for transporting the sugar from our blood into our cells. And if this is not working anymore, not good. We have something severe going on. So really, the crucial thing is to keep it low fat, which is not even low fat, but it's just adequate. Like I always tell you, it's not low, it's just low compared to people out there. And then the faster the sugar leaves the blood, the better, because now, write this down, this is very important, really, really important. If sugar, blood sugar, sugar we eat, glucose, is in our blood, fungi can eat it and they can grow. But if sugar is in our cells, fungi cannot eat it. They have no access to our cells. So it's just safe in the cells. And the thing is that fruits, they are really easy and quickly absorbable. So the sugar from fruits goes into your cells, from the blood into your cells, like within minutes. For example, if you eat a peach, I heard Dr. Douglas Graham bringing up this example. If you eat a peach, for example, you eat one half of the peach, and during the time you eat the second half, the first half is already in your cells. The sugar is already in your cells. It's that quick. And then there is no way for fungi to eat the sugar because it's already in your cells. It's so quick, and there's nothing to fear then, because fruit is the ideal food for human beings, and why should it be different when it comes to fungal infections? So it really works like for everything. Just fruit-based because you are a frugivore. If you are a human and you are listening to this live stream, yes, you are a frugivore. There's nothing you can do about it. It's just a fact. You can act like you are a carnivore, but you will never be a carnivore because you are born as a frugivore. And if you accept this fact, then your life will be much better. Okay, so this is the crucial thing to understand, that we need to make sure that the sugar is leaving the bloodstream and going into our cells as quick as possible. And this is only possible if you eat fruit and fruit only. Because, like I said, if you eat too much fat, or even if you think, okay, I tried a fruit thing, I eat lots of fruits now, but then you also eat fat, then it will not work. Because then the sugar will not leave your bloodstream as quick as possible. It will stay there. And then we're talking about high blood sugar, and then later it can lead to diabetes type 2, which is another story, but it's all connected at the same time, because if you deal with a fungal infection, you really have to make sure that the sugar is leaving your bloodstream as fast, as quickly as possible. I think we understand this now. And then there are also other lifestyle effects, like it's not only diet, like always, it's always holistic, a holistic thing. Health is always holistic. And when someone like commits to a detox diet or a fruit-based diet, it's like it's like a cleanse or a cure for most people. Excuse me. And then they often take care about other things as well. So at the same time, they work at their sleep, they try to sleep more, they maybe go for more walks, they make more stress relief exercises, I don't know what they do, meditation, more movement in general, more mindfulness. And this, of course, will also help to heal. So it's not only diet, but if people start with diet, this is most of the time it's a good starting point, and then from there they will incorporate other things into their lifestyle, which also helps with healing. So keep that in mind, that it's always a holistic thing. You cannot expect to heal with diet only. Okay, so I think you all understand now that blood sugar and fungal growth is connected. Too much fat blocks sugar from entering the cells, and sugar stays in the blood. And fungi, like Candida, can feed on it. This, if you understand this fact, you understood a lot already. In the 80-10-10 community, if you do the 80-10-10 diet, very low fat, sugar enters the cells quickly, less food for fungi in the blood. Perfect, okay? The result, fungi have little or even no chance to multiply and to grow, and then they will leave. They have no other chance. I mean, they will not leave. You always have fungi in your body, which is important. We need them, like I said, but the overgrowth is the problem. And they cannot multiply, they cannot grow if the sugar is not in our blood. Low fat is the key, you guys. A high fruit intake also has lots of fiber. Fiber is another thing which is really important if you want to get rid of your fungal infections. Fiber stimulates bowel movements and supports healthy bacteria. And fungi can not easily overgrow because food passes through quickly and doesn't sit around. And this is really important. And if you eat, again, a keto diet with lots of animal products, you will not have enough fiber and your bowels will just sit still and there's nothing going on, no movement whatsoever. And then again, for fungi, it's perfect because they can sit there, stay there, nothing is moving. You need fiber to get everything moving. Okay, really? Where can you find fiber? In fruits. Fruits, baby, that's the solution. Some fruits even have antimicrobial substances, like for example, pomegranates, also lots of polyphenols, berries, antioxidants, and they help to fight against fungi. Really important as well. So Again, we need fruit. Yeah, the blood sugar is really important. I think we all understand this now. Glucose in the blood is really important, so get it out as fast as possible. And then once the sugar is in the cells, it's safe. It's not available for fungi anymore. It's like locked, and then you're fine. And the faster the sugar enters the cells, the better. Just to recap, sugar in the blood, fungi can use it. Sugar in the cells, fungi cannot reach it, okay? If you just notice these two things, write it down, and then you understand what to do against your fungal infection. So that's basically it. I think it's crucial to understand because, like I said, some people really deal with Candida. Many people actually, especially outside the raw vegan community, and even raw vegans who eat high fat, they wonder, oh my God, I do the raw vegan diet, what am I doing wrong? Why I'm still suffering with Candida, like skin issues, headaches, I don't feel good, I don't look good. It's just a hot mess if you eat too much fat. Like, it always comes down to the same thing. If I work with people, they tell me what they eat. It's crazy how much fat people eat. And they don't even realize it. Like, it adds up quickly. For example, they wake up, they don't even have a fatty breakfast sometimes. Because sometimes people tell me, yes, I wake up, I drink water, then I have a juice, and okay, great, continue, what's your next meal? Yeah, then I have a melon or fruit salad, whatever, just fruits for breakfast, and okay, great. Tell me more, what do you have for lunch? And then most of the time it starts at lunchtime. Yes, I make a salad, and I still feel bloated, and then I ask, what's in your salad? I add some avocado, I add nuts and seeds, I make a dressing with cashews. Stop! Like, stop here. It's already too much. Decide if you want to have half an avocado a day or maybe a little tiny handful of nuts, and this should be your fat ratio of the day. I mean, it depends on how active you are, how much calories you need, but in total, not more than 10% of your total calories. And if you eat 2,000 calories a day, this is just 200 calories from fats. And 200 calories coming from fat, it's not a lot. It's really not a lot. It's, like I said, half an avocado, a tiny little handful of nuts, like 30 grams or so. And that's it for the day. And if you already start at lunch incorporating these fats and nuts and seeds and cashew dressings, it's too much. It's already too much. And then they tell me, yeah, for dinner, I sometimes make something more fancy, like a veggie burger in my dehydrator or raw vegan sushi. And I add, again, avocado, and I make guacamole, and I have these flaxseed crackers with my salad. Like, already too much fat at lunchtime, and then they have more fat at dinner. So you really don't need 2 salads a day with crackers and seeds and cashew dressing. You don't. What you need is fruit. Okay? I think we understand all that fruit is really important no matter what you are dealing with. Really, no matter what you have, fruit is always the solution. Pretty simple. Almost too simple for most people. They think, how can it be so simple? I'm suffering since years. No doctor could ever help me. I went to naturopaths. I tried all supplements out there. I never get better. And then they start to eat fruit and eliminate all the rest, all the bullshit. And then they start to feel better. So simplicity, you guys, simplicity is key. Yeah, okay. That's the topic of today. I hope it was helpful. And if you are dealing with fungal infections right now, if you have candida problems, overgrowth, whatever, and all kinds of symptoms can be related with it. If you have skin rashes, again, eat fruit, okay? In the app, you will find the weekly Q&A. It looks like this. If you click on it, oops, sorry. Yeah, it looks like this. There we have our weekly Q&A. And under this video, you can here on this button, submit your questions. And every week I will answer your questions in this live stream right now. And then I will delete the questions again, of course, when I answered them. And then next week you can ask new questions. It's like private coaching for you guys. Please use this possibility. It's like one-to-one coaching, and why not? Okay. So don't feel shy. Don't be shy to ask questions, and maybe next time you will have some questions and I'm happy to answer them. See you next week. And again, if you have any questions regarding this topic, fungal infections or anything else, just contact me. Leave some comments in the app and I will answer them. Okay, see you next time. Guys, ciao. If you are currently dealing with Candida, or if you just want to improve your overall health, find a way to make raw veganism work for you, then Nourished by Coco Anel is your place. Join us and experience all the benefits. You will get meal plans, recipes, workout plans, educational videos, and so much more. Just check it out. I am happy to see you there. So much love and peace out. Bye, guys.